Right guys, this is a further update on the Royal Hunt Cup, which is a major betting race for me. It's only worth 90 grand to the winner only, I say. Compare it to the Prince of Wales Stakes, which is worth $500,000 or whatever it is. But it's still an extremely valuable pot for these trainers to try and win. Plus the prestige of winning a Heritage Handicap at Royal Ascot. Now I have spent, well, best part of a whole day I would think on this race. And finally come up with a final short list. Now, I do like this horse down the bottom here, Yarnas, for Roger Varian, Yarnas. He's only 16 to 1, but he's number 53 on the list. So he's going to need a lot of horses to drop out. There's a maximum field of 30. I don't know who the non-runners are likely to be. It's very hard to know who's not going to run. But this is the short list. Now, I did talk to you about Perotto. Now, he would normally not be on the short list, but the reason he remains on the short list is because he ran 7th and he ran a good race in the Victoria Cup. And the Victoria Cup has provided the Royal Hunt Cup winner before. He wouldn't normally be on the short list because he hasn't won for 2 years. That may also be the case with Astro King. Astro King here, he's an ex-stout horse, and he's not won since April 21. So he's also been 2nd and 4th off higher marks in the Hunt Cup. 6 years old. He is well treated, and he was very unlucky at York on his first run for the new yard, the Kublers. But 10 to 1 favourite he is. Perotto is short as 12 to 1. I did suggest it to you earlier. Now this one here, Chasing Aphrodite, is coming out of a Class 3 where he beat Yarnas. We'll have to see whether Yarnas gets in. So I'm definitely interested in all of these. See who the draw is going to be important and the going is going to be important. Now, I wouldn't normally consider a yard like Edward Bethel. But this horse here, Point Linus, to me, he's got an outstanding chance. Only Bet365 of 50 to 1. He's 25s and 33s everywhere else. 4 years old. He's had 18 starts. He's won this season. A good thing. He was 2nd at York in that valuable handicap behind Croupier, where Northern Express was our selection, and he got a poor ride from Paul Mulrennan. Ridiculously poor ride. Astro King was 4th in that race, waiting for room from 3 out, not clear run, switched left, soon pushed along, went 4th, eye catcher. Jockey said the gelding was denied a clear run from some distance, from 2 out until approaching the final furlong. He could well have won that race. But I really like the chance of Point Linus here. He won on the all-weather, then they sent him to Newmarket. This race has worked out well. Ground wouldn't have been ideal. He wants fast ground. He then gets on fast ground at York and ran a tremendous race. I remember it because he was in the van or prominent the whole way, and he looked like he was just going to get swallowed up. Took keen hold. Took a keen hold. He wasn't even allowed his head. Pressed the leader, just failed to win. I thought it was an excellent effort, given that he didn't settle. Yeah, it says here, Point Linus back on fast turf, ran a blinder for his informed yard, just failing to get past the determined winner. 2 or 3 pounds better off with Croupier. They then also sent him to Nottingham, just on the 4th of June, and he was very keen again. And he was out in front, and he hung right-handed all the way through the race and still only got beat 3/4 of a length. Now, I've just got a feeling that at Ascot, if he gets the right draw, I've got a feeling this horse could not get a solo on the front, but I think he could dictate the gallop. You know, I think he could do what, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me have a look. I don't want to bang on too long in this video, but one of the things it reminds me of is this race here. If he gets the draw, and you probably want to be high. Zhui Feng, 4 years old, going to carried 9 stone. Point Linus, if he gets in, is probably going to have, what is he going to have? He's going to have around 9 stone. Depends whether anything comes out at the top. But he's going to have 8 stone 11. Raced in the stand side group, made all, ridden over one out, edged right, ran on, kept finding more. Alright? And in my mind's eye, on fast ground, Zhui Feng got away with an easy lead and made all against the favoured stands rail off a £2 higher mark than when placed in last month's Victoria Cup. This extra furlong clearly helped. Alright? But there's no problem with the extra furlong for Point Linus. And if the jockey can get him out in front, if we can get a high draw on fast ground, we could have one front running and then one held up with Perotto. But if they only go steady, it won't suit Perotto. He wants an out and out, all balls to the wall gallop. But anyway, so these are the ones I'm interested in. Astro King could win it, and he was unlucky. But if we just have a look at his runs at Ascot, he ran in the Balmoral last year, which is an important trial. And he ran in the Hunt Cup last year as a 5-year-old off 102. He's £3 lower this year. And how far did he get beat? He got beat lengths, 3 1/4 lengths. So, you know, he's got to find a bit. He has really got to find a bit. And then he ran in the Hunt Cup the year before. He got beat 4 lengths off 98. So he ran off 98 and couldn't win it. So he's had 2 goes in the race and he's going to be off a mark similar. And at 10-1, 6 years old, I'd like to take him on. Hopefully he gets a nice middle draw or something away from the pace and it won't be any good to him. Chasing Aphrodite, second run after a wind-up. Yeah, he has definitely got a step forward to win this. But I just got a sneaky feeling about this one. Point Linus. Anyway, hopefully if we get in 7 or 8 places and we can get a big enough price, 28-1, 33-1, we can have a big old each way bet. If he gets in, don't forget, he's another one. He's got to get in the race. But there you go, guys. Let's have a look at the Hunt Cup. When we get the declarations and we start seeing, first of all, we get the 5-day declarations, right? Which you'll find some that haven't been declared. These are the entries, and there'll be a load of these that won't even be entered because they know they're not going to get in, and other horses are not going elsewhere or whatever. So we'll go from, how many have we got? 73. We'll probably end up with 50 in the 5-day entry stage, or 45 or something, and then we'll see whether we're likely to get in. But a lot is going to depend on the ground, because this horse here, Point Linus, he's going to want it no rain, and whatever water they put on the track, he want it to drip straight through, and he wants top of the ground. He might be going back to York. This might not be his race. If I just show you what I looked at, if we look at his runs at York, he's had 3 runs at York. August of 21, he runs 5th in a nursery in a Class 2, and he only gets beat. Well, he gets beat 4.5 lengths. And again, he hung right. Whether there's something slightly wrong with him because he keeps hanging. But then, of course, August this year, he just ran 2nd in that Sky Bet Mile. And if you look, he runs well at big prices. 50-1, 25-1, 18-1. And here, that was in August of last year. He crossed the line first here. That's right. Sky Bet Mile, good to firm, Class 2 handicap, 3-year-olds only. Alright? And he got disqualified from first place. He won by a nose, but they say he bumped the runner up and they reversed the places. So he's a bit unlucky there, because of course he then got put up. But he's still shown that he can run well. He's got put up a couple of pound here, but so those races back at York in the summer where he's likely to get his fast ground, that might be the case, and he might be better round a bend. But if we can get 33-1 or something, why wouldn't we have a go? All right, but we'll also look at these others, and we'll see who gets in as we get closer to the race.